cowboy, he always misses when he's aiming at the target in his head. And every broken man.
All right, so we've made it to Manning Park, setting up here at Lone Duck 1, I think. And I have no idea what I'm doing. So what I've been relegated to do is that I am responsible for documenting our little camping journey here, because Papa Stacey, the rugged outdoorsman, behind me there. They're working to set up one of the tents there, and hopefully that will be enough to keep us safe from the elements, sort of. I imagine these tents aren't going to be very bear-proof, but we will find out this weekend. Hopefully we don't have to find out. How's it going there, Dale?
We did it wrong the first time. Now I can't get it apart. It's going great. Oh yeah, we're sleeping tonight. We are teaching idiots how to camp. Idiots being right here.
And right here! Outhouse number 1. Outhouse number 2 for number 2s. And if we follow through these woods here, there is outhouse number 3, and for some inexplicable reason, outhouse number 4 is 2 stories tall. I don't want to know what kind of food you've been eating if you need your outhouse to be on a 2nd floor. So I'm gonna say that one belongs to...
Hello!
Who's this bloke?
Oh no! We're moving on up.
Are we?
To the sky.
Oh. Wait, I shouldn't show people that we have that fancy building back there. We're totally just in like the middle of the woods.
Yeah, a truck.
Yeah.
It's so cold.
It's too much lighter.
There we go. You're not wearing gloves. This doesn't seem food safe at all.
Oh, shut up, Kwan.
Grasping at tomorrow's promised land. And I've been thinking about running, and I'll get out on the town just for myself. And that's when I saw her, and she looked right through me.
Alright, so it looks like I survived my first night of camping here at 5 Dads Go Wild. We actually got pretty lucky because originally the weather report said that it was going to be like heavy rain and overnight lows of -2. But we managed to stay reasonably warm thanks to my new Filson toque. Thank you, Filson. Yeah, I managed to stay reasonably warm and dry. There's no rain. And I think Steven and Stacey are over there somewhere getting our coffee and breakfast ready for the morning. Most of us are basically awake now, but I haven't heard from James yet, our fearless leader. So I hope he's alive and well inside of that tent. But yeah, let me give you a quick tour around our humble little campground. Alright, so we're here at EC Manning Park at Lone Duck 1 group campground. This campground is actually supposed to be able to accommodate, I think, up to like 50 people, but there's just 5 of us here. So we actually have quite a bit of space to ourselves. We kind of set up mostly in the same area here, so there we go. So we got a couple of tents there. Steven's got his massive 8-person tent to himself, Casa del Fung. And for some reason, so as you can kind of see behind me here, we've mostly congregated in one area, but James has decided to... I think I spotted a wild... I don't know what the hell that thing is.
Geoduck, geoduck, geoduck.
Catch it!
Geoduck.
Yeah, anyway, yeah, so there's this giant Casa del Fung. It's supposed to be like an 8-person tent, but Steven's that big, I guess. But anyway, James decided to set up camp all by himself over there, so maybe that's just, you know, us North Americans over here and the Brits stay over there. So James and Steven got here first, and they rode up in this massive beast of a vehicle, the Ford F-150 in bright red. There's no way we're gonna lose that in camp. It kind of sticks out like a sore thumb. But when I was talking to James last night about it, he said it was a really enjoyable ride, and even though it's quite large, it doesn't feel especially, you know, unmaneuverable. It was light and nimble on its feet, and he said, you know, it comes with all the creature comforts that you'd expect from a modern vehicle, but with the utility of a pickup truck. Stacey and I, on the other hand, we came here in the 2018 Ford Explorer. So this kind of in the middle part of Ford's SUV lineup. You might remember when Steve and I went over to Newfoundland to check out the EcoSport. There's obviously a much smaller version, and there's also the Expedition above this. So the Explorer fits somewhere in the middle. And it was a fantastic drive on the highway. Feels really nice and planted on the road. All kinds of safety features and creature comforts, and I'll write up all of that in an upcoming review, probably a little bit later this week, unless I've already published this. This might be sometime in the future. But yeah, those were the two vehicles that we used to get up here. And then I think Steve Sizu and Stacey are working on breakfast. Blue Moose over in Hope, one of the coolest coffee joints that we've been to. They were generous enough to sponsor us with some coffee mugs and some ethical bean coffee, as well as some extra fancy Blue Moose caps, which I'm not really sure where they are, but I will show that a little bit later in the vlog. But thank you very much, Blue Moose, for getting our mornings going. Right, Stacey?
Morning, Michael. Blue Moose, coffee. That's what we start the day. Ethical bean.
And when I said I do that day, I really do. 'Cause every cowboy, he always misses his shot when he's aiming at the target in his head. And every broken man.
Okay. These are ready. It's the moment of truth.
So this is the behind the scenes of our authentic Instagram. You'll be walking the runways in Paris in no time.
There we go, that's perfect.
It's beautiful. Oh wait,
I see nothing, Stephen.
beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful.
Let me get that in focus.
Oh, is the
Focus.
bacon burning? Oh! No, that was... Made me look good.
So normally, because we're out here in the middle of nowhere, we don't have modern conveniences like Wi-Fi or cellular signal or electricity. So thanks to our generous sponsors at Anchor, we've been set up with an Anchor PowerPort Solar. Oh, it's starting to rain. As well as an Anchor power bank. This has like 26,000 milliamps. So my cell phone's 4,000 milliamps. Most cell phones are like 3. So you can get, you know, like anywhere between 6 and 10 charges off this single battery. So that should probably last you a weekend anyway. But if you ever need to top it up, this solar panel here is fantastic for that. So even on a cloudy day like this, you are getting some sunlight. So what that means is that you are able to charge whatever you want out of a USB port. We've been using these all weekend, keeping all of our gadgets charged so we can tell you all about our weekend here at Five Dads Go Wild. So big shout outs to Anchor for hooking us up.
Grasping at tomorrow's promised land. And I've been thinking about riding, and when I get the first trip back with no reading.
Lightning Lake, I guess, I don't know.
That's where we just were. That's what they used. That's a
Oh, okay.
20-minute leak and little muddy.
So we want to go over there somewhere. There's supposed to be a rainbow bridge.
But there's also Spruce Bay Beach, which is here.
Someday you'll find it. The Rainbow Bridge.
Spruce Bay.
lovers,
We can
the
go
dreamers,
across.
and
Let's
me.
just hike it through.
That's right,
And
Stephen.
amphitheater. Interesting.
That's proper dodgy. Stephen is in his high-vis work gear.
Big worker safety gear.
Safety first. Safety first.
Winds are howling, got your name. Rainbows tapping on your window pane.
So Stacey's leading us on some hike.
We are doing hiking. We are doing the hiking.
Let's do the hike because after all, James has already finished doing the fire. We're looking for the rainbow connection. Someday we'll find it. The rainbow connection. The lovers, the dreamers, and
I wonder if Josh Reimer knows where it is.
Hiking for, I don't know, is it 3.5, 4 hours? And I've had to, unfortunately, desert my propane bottle. I had to leave it behind. We'll get it on the way back. We are now at, well, actually, this is not the Rainbow Bridge. We're not at the Rainbow Bridge yet. But James is leading the way. He's fearless in his pursuit of the Rainbow Bridge. So, onwards to the Rainbow Bridge.
Let's do hiking.
do the hiking.
Thought about my life.
ELL we call it now.
Downtown. Take my life away. Yeah. No.
So this is what I've been living with for the last like 24 hours. Check it out, guys. We're doing the nature.
You're right.
They are canoodling. One of the most important things when you're out doing nature stuff is to be properly attired. And I would thank Ben Sherman for the hiking apparel that they've generously supplied me with so that I'm comfortable out here in the nature.
Hey, Steven, I found it, man.
Just to give you a hint,
You did.
the person in the back switches sides to you.
Yeah, the advice isn't working, Stacey.
What? Quantum? It's quantifiably. That's some good quantity to take a quantum leap.
Leak?
A quantum leak.
A quantum leak of faith?
So it's just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Smiles are breaking through the rain.
Okay, this is the sharpest peeler in the world. Uses surgical Japanese steel from a factory, and it's assembled in China. That's why it's cheaper. And this is a daikon radish. You can see, look at that.
Whoa.
Now, because of food waste, and it's kind of a problem, I'm not using any effort. I've got 2 fingers on this, and it's actually peeling this, giving me the most amount of food left over. Because in Canada, food waste is like a $31 billion pound problem. You know, it's just a little tiny bit of effort is all that you need because this is a very sharp freaking knife. It's fine.
Do you want me to do some? You can do some dicing. Is there a compost bucket down there?
I don't know any of these things.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know.
So when you do Kwan's Creative Catering, is that Suzanne?
Quan's creative creating is mine because it's usually like leftovers or like whatever's left in the fridge.
He often posts Kwan's Creative Catering.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's kind of like my tongue-in-cheek, oh look at this Instagram-worthy thing, but it's just like, what do I have in the fridge?
Okay.
As we get ourselves nice and toasty and ready for dinner, we got the fireplace going. I just wanted to give a quick shout out to our friends at Sumac Ridge for setting us up with a little bit of wine to go with our supper.
The sun is burning with a lighted flame.
Alright guys, thank you so much for joining us here on our crazy exciting 5 Dads Go Wild camping trip. A big shout out to all of our sponsors for making this trip possible. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and check out all the blogs and social medias of the other 4 dads on this trip. I am Beyond the Rhetoric on Instagram, Michael Kwan on Twitter. Be sure to check out Parenting 101, Stephen Fung, A Dad in the Burbs, and Social Dad, James R.C. Smith, on their various social media accounts. I will link all of that in the video description. It's been an amazing first camping experience for me. I don't know if I'll necessarily do this again, but it has definitely been an experience, and Mother Nature has basically cooperated with us, and I'm very thankful for that. I'm very thankful for you. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next week. Hey guys, scream hello to the internet.
Hi Michael. Hello internet.
Look,
I'm Stacey. I'm a dad in the burbs.
Hey,
Good friend Dale.
Parenting 101.
socialdad.ca. Steven misses the shout out.